This is Carrington, one of the most iconic training grounds in football, and whether you support Manchester United or not, places like this just hit different, because this is where careers are built and dreams either make it or break. But today is not only about Carrington. With these vlogs and these videos, I often get loads and loads of questions. Samuel, how much does a football agent earn? Samuel, how do I sign my first player? Should I start my own agency or should I join one? And honestly, it's not easy to find real answers online. Most people talk about football from the outside. So this is why this channel, Life as a Football Agent, can help you. Today I'm taking you inside one of the football's most iconic environments, and at the same time I'm going to answer the real questions about becoming a football agent, the things nobody tell you, because breaking into football is not always what people think.
Wednesday, 4th of March, and we head into Houston to then go to Manchester. I'll tell you why. So while we'll go to Manchester for Reggie's game, we're playing at Carrington, Manchester United's famous training ground. So many incredible players came out from that training ground, so great experience and great stage for Reggie. But on the trip and in this vlog, I want to answer 10 questions that can help you in the football world. So yeah, let's go. So the first question is, what is that one thing you would have liked to know before entering the football world, before becoming a football agent? To be honest, there's quite a few things. I'll give you two, but there's quite a few things. It will take time before you see results. Money at the beginning is terrible. Relationships are key. There's never a day off. It's a 24/7 job. So these are quite a few, but actually the two real things I would have liked to know. First one is just don't listen to anyone, guys. People will say stuff, people will say, don't do this, don't do that, that won't work. Don't listen to anyone. That is my first one. And the second one is that a player in 5th division will take the exact same amount of time of work and to look after that player as a player in the Premier League. So if you can, just go for a Premier League player. I know it might sound crazy, but it's exactly that. A player in 4th, 5th, 6th division will take you the same amount of time and work than a player in the Premier League. So just go higher, shoot higher.
Customers are reminded not to run.
This one, guys, you asked so many times. I had this question so many times. How do you get your first client as an agent? How do you get into the game? How do agents actually find clients? So first of all, the real answer I should give to this question is you need to figure it out yourself, because if you don't, then I'm sorry, you can't do this job. And it's true, as simple as that. You need to figure it out on your own. There's no manual, there's no right way to find a client, there's no right way to get more clients. You need to find your way, so you need to go in matches, go as many matches as possible, put yourself out there, speak to people, do a personal brand, be active on LinkedIn, speak to people in the football club, coaches of the younger teams, scouts, ask families if they have an agent, if they don't, what they're not happy with, what they would like from an agent. Just get to learn as much as possible in the early days and then set the bar and know that you have to start somewhere. So try to figure out the level where you can start and where a player would really need your help. Be honest about it, be transparent that he's your first client. That's what I would do if I was starting today in 2026. I will be totally transparent. I will say to them they are my first client, but at the same time, that would mean they would have my full time, my full attention, my full dedication. Even if it doesn't look like, you have an advantage compared to bigger agents. And if not an advantage, you have something that they can't offer, or they can offer less, which is time. So use that, be transparent about that. Don't expect to be representing Premier League players or Serie A players or Championship players as your first client. Learn the trade from someone if you can. Ask questions and figure out how to get your first client. You'll make mistakes, it's fine. Be transparent about that as well. And again, probably go at a level where that player wouldn't be getting an agent. So you're helping them and they are helping you. It's sunny day, guys.
Most people will look at this and think it's nothing, just a player picking us up from the station. But for me, this is everything, guys. Because the job was never just about deals. It was about building something real, about working with players that trust you, working with players that want to be around you, players who see you as more than just an agent. And for me, that's when you know you're doing things the right way. Not just business, but real relationships. So that's why when Demi picked us up from the station on time, just to spend time with us to go to another player's match, it might look like a small thing, but that to me is big.
This place is incredible. You can breathe history and legends everywhere.
And here we are, guys. This is Carrington, the training ground of Manchester United, one of the most iconic environments in world football. Opened in the year 2000, this is where some of the game's biggest names have worked, trained and developed. Players like Cristiano Ronaldo, Wayne Rooney, all passed through here, long before the world knew who they were. But what makes a place like this special is not just the history, it's the feeling. Because every single day, young players walk into this environment with one dream: to become the next name people talk about. And being here, you realize something very quickly. Football at this level isn't just talent, it's consistency, it's discipline, and the mindset to show up every single day. As a football agent, places like this mean something different. As a kid growing up in Sardinia, we couldn't even see these places on TV, never mind in real life. That's why this place, to me personally, hits differently.
Reggie had an incredible game. The result wasn't good, they lost 3-1, but it was actually 1-1 and then they went to extra time and they gave everything. When you give everything on the pitch, you can't really ask for more, and Reggie this game has been absolutely incredible. He had a tough task. Some well-known players in Man United's team, I won't mention any names, some very talented players in Man United team, and Reggie was absolutely outstanding, both defensively and going forward as well. Really happy with Reggie's progress. Good to see Wayne Rooney around as well. His son plays for Man United and he played against Reggie today. He managed to get on the score sheet as well. And just like that, guys, we're back in London, 8 p.m. So easy on the train, I prefer it so much. I love driving, you know I love driving, but on the train it's pretty good. I can do loads of stuff on the phone and relax at the same time. So let me go with question number 3. Another question was, how many players should an agent represent? How many players are you able to manage at the same time? Now, this, guys, is very subjective. You see agencies with loads and loads of players, agents representing more than 20-30 players. We decided with Entourage, and this is why it's so important to be aligned with your agency. It depends on what your agency wants and needs and what you want and what you feel is right. In my opinion, once you are looking after 6-7 players, you have a good number there and you're able to be in matches. I want to be talking to players regularly. I want to be there, help them, watch matches, and if not myself, somebody from my team. And that's why the team is very important as well. You've seen in the videos, I have Finn with me that does an incredible job. He's constantly with our players. But not only Finn, Entourage is an agency with a lot of people supporting what we do and a lot of staff, and it all depends on the number. You will feel what is the right number. You will feel when you are in control of what you're doing and you're not kind of rushing around and not dedicating enough time to a player. So for me, the sweet spot is 6, 7, 8. You can look after more players, absolutely, but then you need more staff with you and under you to help you and support you. You have to trust the staff, of course. I want to still be direct with my players, even if somebody supports me. So 6, 7 players, 8, and then sometimes it can be 10, sometimes it can be 5, but those are normal and okay numbers in my opinion. So that's the right number for me. By the way, guys, I already said this, but with all these travels and Yesterday I had company, today I had Finn and Enoch with me, but you can still feel lonely, especially when I'm traveling on my own and the vlog. I want to say thank you to you guys because you definitely keep me company. It's like if I'm talking to you guys, I know it's not direct because I then, then the team edits it and I put it online after a week or two or a few weeks sometimes. At the same time, I feel like I am with you guys, and because then when I do post it online, you send me DMs, you send me comments, and that's why I feel you guys are with me when I go to work, when I go to these football travels. So thank you guys.
By the way, guys, how cool is this flex moment? I grew up in Sardinia, in Ierzu, and the La Nuova Sardegna, which is one of the main newspapers there. They've done quite a big article on my story, on what we're doing with Entourage, what we're doing in the football world, and it's amazing. As I said, flex moment, but yeah. You can check it out here. These are guys, friends from Sardinia sending me the pictures of the real paper. This is the online version. There is a kind of a very good and long article talking about loads of stuff. Here we represent Andrea Pibri. There's the work we've done with Ronaldinho. There's Andrea Pibri, there's Gianmarco, there's Andre Anus. There's info on the other players. It's all in Italian, of course, but yeah, flex. And in Ierzu, when there is something regarding somebody from the town, they put these things outside like this. This is a picture they sent me from somewhere where they sell newspapers outside with the main article. Someone from Ierzu to London. It's good because you know how attached I am to Sardinia, how much I love Sardinia, and I've always felt a lot of support from my people, from my friends, family, and my town. It's a small town, so I've always felt a lot of love, and that's why I always go back 4 or 5 times a year. I love that place, and it's great to see that what we do here in London and what we're doing in the football world is kind of taken into consideration and admired from my hometown and from Sardinia, which is a big island, and from the newspapers there, and I'm happy about it.
Thursday, guys, 5th of March, quite a busy day at the office. Yesterday we were in Manchester to watch Reggie, as you've seen, and now we're going to a nice event, a premiere, let's say, of Peaky Blinders' new film. It's in private cinemas just for the next 2 weeks before it goes onto Netflix. Probably by the time you're watching this, it's already out on Netflix. So we're gonna go with Andre Harriman Anus, one of our players. They wanted him to be at the premiere, so yeah, these are the ups and perks of doing the job we do. It's great for our players as well. It's a good opportunity for us as well to check on them, spend some time with them. So on my walk, I can answer another question, which is the biggest mistake you think you made at the beginning of the journey when becoming a football agent? And I'm gonna give you 2 answers. I'm gonna give you actually 2 mistakes. The first one is very straightforward. The first one is respecting too much the clubs. By respecting, I don't mean I had to be disrespectful. It means not standing my ground at the beginning when I believed the player was right for them. And you kind of at the beginning go in with too much respect. If somebody, has been in the football industry for quite a long time, or a sporting director, based on their role, you tend to give them a little bit too much respect, and if they say something, you're probably afraid of standing your ground, and that luckily is something that I've done only in the first few months of my journey 9-10 years ago. After that, I really realized that if you really know your stuff on the player, if you believe in the player that you're pitching to the club, it doesn't care how much experience somebody has. It doesn't matter how much experience they have. You have to at least prepare yourself and defend your position and pitch the player the right way. And actually even sometimes disagree with the people from the club that don't really believe, or sometimes don't even listen to you because you're very early in the journey, very young. So that is the first mistake. The second mistake is not saying no enough. At the beginning, you tend to say yes. You tend to say yes to players that are not really at the level. You tend to say yes to things you don't want to do. I remember one thing that might help. It's a bit of a strange one, but at the beginning, especially my first agency, one mistake was not saying no enough to my boss, for example, when he would send me a player to pitch to a club that I really didn't believe was right or was a right fit for that club. I needed to say no more often, and you end up, because you think you have to follow the instructions, then you pitch the player, but you're not really convinced the club is actually right to not really consider the player too much, and then they won't take you seriously because you pitch in somebody that is not in line. When you then send a second player or a third player, they already kind of labeled you like, not a time waster, but somebody that is not really bringing value. And as you know, I always talk a lot about how important it is to bring value in this game, whoever you're dealing with, players, parents, clubs, sporting directors, scouts. Make sure you bring value. Make sure you're seen as somebody that brings value. So another interesting question was, Samuel, how do you keep yourself motivated for 10 years in this industry? Or how have you kept yourself motivated for 10 years in this industry? And I try to give a very short answer. The answer is progress. Everything I've done in the past, or whatever project I've been on, or my businesses and the football agent journey as well, if I see progress, if I'm enjoying the journey, then that's what motivates me. That's what makes me carry on. That's what makes me want to improve. That's what makes me do it for another month, another year, another 5 years. If I see improvement, if I'm enjoying the journey, then that's all I need. And probably to make the 7-year-old Samuel that always dreamed about being around footballers and being around football clubs happy. It's easy, of course, to say Romeo and Thiago and my family, which is true, but the reality is all of that goes away if you're not enjoying it, guys. If you don't see progress, or at least it goes away from me if I don't see progress, if I'm not enjoying it. So that's all I need to get up every day and be excited about what I'm doing and what the day reserved for me. So I hope that helps. There's no other easy way, guys. There's no other easy answer. There will be tough days. And there will be days where you, of course, are not happy, especially with people or players or clubs. More than motivation, it's about consistency. It's about what you want to do, how you want to do it. Yeah. Anyway, guys, we can row me up from nursery to take him home and then fly to the event that starts at 6 o'clock. The film starts at 6:30, but we have to be there by 6. I imagine there are photos, photographers, cameras, and all sorts, so we definitely want to be there for that. So guys, Friday the 13th of March, and we are going up north again, back to Manchester again. It's been 2 weeks since we spoke to Everton, and Demi is playing tonight against Manchester City, so it's an important game for him. From what I've heard, on Monday we'll receive a new revised offer of the contract. So today is kind of important. Sometimes games like that, you do something crazy and things can move. It can change decisions. So looking forward to this one. Right, so as there are quite a few questions left, I'd just rather get them done. And something that you guys ask a lot is, how much does a football agent earn? How much money do you make as a football agent? And I would like to give you a precise answer, but it's a little bit complicated. Let me explain. First of all, it really depends on where you live, where you are operating. Having worked in Italy, I know that, for example, it's very difficult to get into the game, and when you do, the agencies take advantage. Sometimes they don't pay a salary, sometimes they don't even pay expenses, so it's very difficult to earn money when you start in the industry, and I would say we can divide it in three situations. There is a situation where an agency will cover your expenses and give you a percentage, so no salary. Normally this will mean a higher percentage, sometimes like 50% on the deals you make. That is quite good if you're confident, if you know you can produce and do good deals, but it takes time, so it's not ideal if you are starting in the industry, even because it means that you're gonna force a move and make some mistakes just to make money, just to cover bills, and it will put you in a very difficult situation, because sometimes you're not ready to take the deal, it's not right for you to take the deal, and it's not right for your player to take the deal, and you'll still take it just to make money. So that is situation A. Situation B is where you have a fixed salary and you are more of an admin, of an operator, so you're not probably frontline. The agency needs you to help them scouting, to look after players, to do something, but you're not frontline. That is situation B. Situation C, or third situation, and probably the best possible situation, is where you have, of course, a salary, expenses paid, and a good bonus as well, based on the contracts that you do. That is the situation that luckily I'm in. I've gone through different situations during my time as an agent. I'm very happy with the situation at Entourage because I have a fixed salary, a good fixed salary, I have expenses covered, and I have a good percentage on the deals I do, on the players I bring, and on the deals I work on, even if they are not my players. So I'm very happy about this situation. But it's not always like that, and as per the message received earlier, financial side of things is not easy at all. So make sure when you go into this business, or before you go into this business, you try to plan, you try to understand. Agencies take normally between 3 and 10% of the player's contract. That could be with the player and with the club when they move the player from one club to the other. And based on that, as you can imagine, your salary depends a lot on the level of players that you're dealing with. And you know, on this channel, Life as a Football Agent, I'm always interested in sharing the real stuff, and not every agent out there unfortunately will sign a Premier League player, Serie A player. So that means that the money involved isn't always the figures that you'll hear on TV, that you read about. So that's why it's really important you plan ahead. But these are the three situations that will help you understand what could be the salary and how much an agent can earn from this business. So another question is, at what age should a player sign or look for an agent? This is a very easy answer. Agents can sign players at 16-year-old. So does it mean that if you're 16 you absolutely need an agent? No. At the same time, at 16 I would start, or even 15 and a half, I would start looking and start learning about the agency business, about the agents out there, who you like, read as much as possible, probably watch as much as Life as a Football Agent as possible, to understand what you are looking in an agent, what you're looking for. And there is this big misconception that if I play at a Sunday League team, or if I'm not a pro, I will sign for a big agent and they will do the magic for me. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. I would say look for an agent if you are in a pro academy. If you're not in a pro academy, it will be very difficult to get an agent, or a good agent, that will get you to a pro academy. Your family probably can help you get trials. The big agents unfortunately won't have the time and the desire to go out and look for trials for you if you're not pro already. It's a different thing when you are pro and for some reason you get released. Then if you already have an agent, or if you've been good enough during your pro years, then it's possible that an agent will spend time and will help you get trials and get another pro contract. But if you have never been a pro, I wouldn't spend time looking for an agent. You can get trials yourself and you can try to assess your level. You can try to understand how you know, if the football journey is doable. One thing is believing in the dream, one thing is being realistic, guys. That's always important. So you can get an agent and you can sign for an agency in the year you turn 16 years old. Now, this other question is very interesting and important, that I think I'm going to do an episode just dedicated to this question, another episode. But basically is, if I had the choice, should I play academy football or should I play first team football? And that means probably like academy in a top club like West Ham, Chelsea, Arsenal, Man United, Man City, or go and play League One, League Two, National League, Championship. Guys, for me, first team football all day long. Academy football is great, but it can also become a bit of a bubble. It's good if it prepares you to first team football, but when it doesn't, it can become a bubble. You can get to 21, 22 and you're still stuck in the under 21s, which for me is never the best. It can happen, but it's never the best scenario. That's why I always push my players to seek and think and look and get used to the idea of doing first team football as soon as possible. The earliest, the better. We've seen so many good young players playing National League, which is 4th division in England, but because they were in a first team, Championship clubs went in for them, League One clubs went in for them. So for me, first team football all day long.
Manchester. Game is at 7 p.m. Probably have time for a bit of food and then we go to Manchester City's training ground. So, not a great weather. It's raining, by the way. The Manchester City campus, guys, it's incredible. Academy play here. This is like a League 2, League 1 stadium. Probably like a Serie B stadium in Italy. Incredible. And the stadium, the main stadium, the Etihad, is just there. Guys, remind me, one day I'll do an episode on other agents approaching our players. I'm gonna start exposing all the agents that approach our players. Jokes aside, that's definitely gonna be an episode on the vlog. It just came to mind because, of course, Demi's getting a lot of interest now and we know that. But there's always ways of doing things, and some of the ways of these other guys in the market really... Anyway.
Final of the FA
3-1 to Man City.
Junction.
It looks...
First word, you have to bleep it out. Joke, mate. Joke.
We'll bleep it out. Never a pen. Never a pen. Anyway, 3-0, but then we had a very good game. Time to get back to London. Another trip on Monday to Manchester.
Friday, guys, 27th of Feb. I'm filming in the meantime the vlog about Demi's pro contract. Recently, I've been wanting to sharing more with you guys. I've been filming multiple videos at the same time. It's fun because it gets me to be more productive. People might think, oh, how can you do it? You take time off from, but actually it's, you know, I get the camera rolling and I just film what I'm doing. Think about what could be interesting and throw a few titles, and luckily the team helps me with the editing and the thumbnails and everything, so that's why I'm able to film multiple videos at the same time. I received one message today and I really wanted to share it with you guys because it's not a question, it's not a Q&A. I think it does give a lot of information on life as a football agent and the situation of agents working in the industry. It's LinkedIn, so here it is. I'll read it to you. Hi Samuel, I came across your video early this morning and it was truly eye-opening. I obtained my license in 2003 and started my own agency shortly after. I had several contacts from my past coaches, football presidents, former players, and I genuinely believe they would help me build something solid. Almost 3 years later, after countless struggles and just about every mistake I could have made, trying different business models and working across multiple countries, I am close to collapse.
I speak languages, French, English, Spanish, I understand Portuguese and Italian, and I have the opportunity to travel frequently between 3 countries due to family reasons, which I use to build connections. I was also selected by brands. I thought that would help. I believe this would help and build my credibility. Unfortunately, it did not lead to the result I expected. Despite everything, I still believe that hard work pays off eventually. Watching your content inspires me and keeps me going. I followed a similar strategy, but unfortunately COVID took away my other business and I went bankrupt. Now, with 3 children, a mortgage and all the responsibilities that come with being a father, finances are tight. I'm seriously considering taking a regular job before things become even more difficult. Thank you again for your honesty. Your videos genuinely made me reflect deeply. I cannot stop thinking about it, and part of me believes I still need to fight for my passion. Right guys, this is a very tough message, but a real one, and I don't know, probably I should do an entire episode, an entire vlog just on this message, because guys, the myth about football agents and about working as a football agent and the way people sell courses or the way people sell the dream, I've been fighting this battle for a long time, guys. This is why I have the vlog. This is why I share and I document and I try to be as real as possible. It's not to scare people off. It's because, guys, reality is tough and nobody is telling this to you. I'm a super positive person and I never talk about the negatives in my life in general, but I realized that everybody's just talking about the positives about being a football agent and showing the super luxury stuff and the amazing stuff and the signing deals, and nobody's talking about players leaving, about players not being loyal, about clubs being difficult, about the money side. That's why I've done the video 7 reasons to not be an agent. So how I've responded to this message, for me the answer is very easy. Absolutely, get a job. You have 3 kids, you have a mortgage, you have bills to pay. Get a job, sort yourself out, and this is a general thing, guys, a general tip. To make the best decisions and to work well and to represent your player and to not force anything, you need to be in a super okay situation from a mental point of view, from a financial point of view. You can't allow your personal situation to affect how you represent a player, to force a deal, to make a move that is not right for the player. I've seen a lot of agents do that just because they are on commission only and they're relying on that money to live, to pay bills, and that is the worst position an agent can be in because you're simply not doing the right thing for your player. So please, please, please make sure you are in the right situation financially in order to have stability, in order to have balance, in order to make the right decisions for your player. Now, in this situation, doesn't matter if you opened a company 3 years ago, it's not working out. Who cares about what other people think? Who cares if there's the hustle that you're gonna make it? Like, who cares, guys? Reality is a different thing. Reality is the only thing that matters and that you should care about. So get a job, get the money side of things sorted. Once you are able to do that, to provide, and you're in a good place, then after your job on a 5 to 9, so from in the afternoon and in the breaks and when you are not working, try to build something, try to see how you can bring value to players, see if you can work with another agency. It doesn't have to be your agency. Probably you have the right skills, go to work for the right agency, go to work for somebody that would give you a salary, that would value what you can bring to the table. But absolutely, please don't just open a company just to say I'm the founder. And you know, I have other businesses. When it came to football, I recognized straight away how crowded the market was, but how you need multiple people around a player. So I didn't want to open my own agency. I wanted to make sure I was doing the job I love. And that's why I went to work for somebody else and not open my own agency. I've done it all in the past. I still have other businesses. I know how to build a business. I know what a CEO needs to do. I probably had the funds to do it as well, but it wasn't the right move. It wasn't the right thing for the player. Now, it doesn't mean everyone has to just work for other bigger agencies, but if you do want to go on your own journey and you do want to be the founder and you want to have your own agency, then you have to make sure you are in the right place and right situation and financially stable to be able to support that now and for X amount of years. You can test, you can gamble, that's on you, but the minute it doesn't work out, the minute you're not providing anymore for yourself or for your family, and you have bills and you have a mortgage, there's nothing bad in doing the right thing, which is get a job, get sorted financially, and then see if you can come back in as a part-time, probably in the future as full-time. Probably you won't make those mistakes anymore, and you'll set everything right to do it the right way. So this is what I responded. And again, sometimes we are scared and we are focusing on what other people think or what the market will think. Guys, people are so busy with their own problems that don't care if you have another job. You're not making it as the agency, and just do what is right for you. Be honest and transparent as well on there's nothing wrong in having another job and making sure that you are covered from a financial point of view. So sorry for the rant, it's been quite long, but it's something that I'm seeing more and more and more, and I really wanted to address. I hope this helps this guy, just a fantasy name, we'll call him Peter. But apart from Peter, I hope it helps a lot of Peters out there that have this problem and that have fallen into the trap of, oh, it's the perfect life, it's amazing, it's easy, you'll get money straight away, you'll make millions. It doesn't work like that, guys. It doesn't work like that. And hopefully these videos...
I hope you enjoyed this episode, guys, and if you have more questions, drop them here in the comments. If not, I'll see you around. Love.